At this time, we're going to call to order the Admin and Finance Committee. Roll call, please.
Dr. Bofi? Dr. Bofi is present. Mr. Castile?
Here.
Mr. Castile is present. Dr. Davis?
Here.
Dr. Davis is present. Mr. Davis?
Present.
Mr. Davis is present. Ms. Ellis?
Present.
Ms. Ellis is present. Mr. Garvey? Mr. Garvey is not present. Mr. Morris?
Here.
Mr. Morris is present. Ms. Orange Jones?
Present.
Ms. Orange Jones is present. Mr. Rock? Mr. Rock is present. Ms. Voce?
Here.
Ms. Voce is present. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Before we move into our first item, I want to take a moment to recognize the Health Education Chair, Ray Garofalo. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your service. First item of business, please.
Your consent agenda is ready for approval, adding items 4.1 and 5.1.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Voce, second by Mr. Rock. Any opposition? No opposition, motion carries. What's our next item?
On page 41, item 4.2, consideration of a report from Education Finance staff concerning BESE authorized charter school budgets and expenditure reports, including irregularities or concerns. Recommendation is to receive the report.
Motion to receive said report.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Orange Jones, second by Mr. Castile. Any questions or comments? No questions or comments. Any objection to the motion? Hearing no objection, the motion will carry. What's our next item?
On page 46, item 4.3, consideration of LDE and RSD contracts of $50,000 and over. Recommendation is to approve.
Motion to approve from the floor, please. Ms. Orange Jones, second by Mr. Rock. Do you have any questions or comments or recusals from members on this item? No questions. Dr. Davis, do you have a recusal on this item, or there may be another item coming
Sorry,
up?
I do. Page, it's 4.3, the LSU SELA training program. Thank you.
Please note the recusal from Dr. Davis. So noted. Any objections to the motion? Hearing no objection, the motion will carry. What's our next item?
On page 51, item 4.4, consideration of federal and state grants and allocations to LEAs, Type 2 charters, Type 5 charters, approved non-public schools and community-based organizations, federal, competitive, and other. Recommendation is to approve. Revisions were made to the exec rec and backup document last Thursday, and a handout highlighting those changes has been distributed.
Members, you should have the handout if you didn't notice the change online, so please do note that. A motion to approve, please. Motion by Mr. Rock. I need a second by Dr. Davis. Any comments or questions, members? Any recusals? Oh, Dr. Bofi.
Yes, I have a recusal for the Believe and Prepare formula funds, the Strong Start tutoring, and the Early Leaders Academy stipends.
Thank you. Please note that recusal. Ms.
I
Ellis?
also have a recusal for Believe and Prepare formula funds and Strong Start tutoring.
Ms. Boucher?
Same, recusal for Believe and Prepare formula funds and Strong Start tutoring.
Please note Ms. Boucher's recusal. Any other recusals I should be aware of, members? Superintendent, do you have a comment you want to make?
Just one, Mr. Davis. The board will become increasingly aware of one of the initiatives of the department around tutoring, and a tutoring initiative we are about to launch. And as part of that initial launch, in this item here today, you are approving the allocation of roughly over $1 million of some of our SEA holdback CARES dollars. And this allocation will be provided to systems based on a per pupil for seed money for them to begin considerations of what a tutoring endeavor might look like within their own individual systems. And so we're excited about the rollout of this, and this $1 million will help hopefully draw some level of enthusiasm and interest around this opportunity as we move forward. So I just wanted to highlight that.
Thank you, Superintendent. Any other questions or comments from the board? Any objection to the motion? With no objection, the motion will carry. For our next item.
On page 73, item 6.1, consideration of the 2019-2020 report regarding alternative education schools and programs. Recommendations are to approve the report and authorize the LDE to submit the report to the governor and the House and Senate Education Committees.
Motion to both approve this report and also authorize its submission, please. So moved by Ms. Holloway. I need a second. Mr. Rock, seconds. Any questions or comments from the board on this? Any objection to the motion? And with no objection, the motion will carry. Next item, please.
On page 88, item 6.2, consideration of legislative reports. Recommendation is to receive the reports on House Resolution 51 and Senate Resolution 29 of the 2020 second special session, Act 236 of the 2019 regular session, and Act 224 of the 2017 regular session.
So I need a motion to receive either, or preferably all three. Is there a motion to receive all three, Ms. Orange-Jones?
Yes, okay.
All right, need a second on that motion? Need a second on the motion to receive all three reports? Second by Mr. Rock. Board, you have these reports here in your binder. Are there any questions or comments on the reports? With no questions or comments, are there any objections to the motion? Hearing and seeing no objection, motion carries. Next item.
That concludes your agenda.
Thank you all very much.